Thank you for joining me. I just want to share a little situation that I'm going to be experiencing this weekend. Okay, now picture this. We have raced all year, okay? And we find ourselves going into the last race of the year after 35 races, being only separated by 15 points. We're leading right now, but Jimmy Johnson is 15 points behind us, and Kevin Harvick is 49 points behind us. Now, for you out there that are not race fans, that's really would be something like 3 spots with Jimmy Johnson and maybe 8 or 9 with Kevin Harvick. Now, think about that. We've raced all year, 35 races, and it's come down to being that close. It's the closest chase race over these last 7 or 8 years that we're going to experience. Okay, now think about my situation in this, and I kind of wanted to share this because probably some of you out there may be going through a similar situation, or in the near future you're going to be going through a similar situation. And the situation I find myself in is this. I want this so bad that it hurts. Now think about this. Okay, for us, what does this really mean for us here, for our race team? Well, it means this. It means our sponsors. You got FedEx, you got those guys who sponsored us, gone through so much with us. It'd be everybody there. It would be a thrill for us to be able to obviously experience this great victory for them. You got the JGR family here. All 430 people that work here. It means so much to all of us. It would be money, okay, that's going to be there for the winner of this race. So I find myself in that situation. Now, what do you guys do when you're in that situation or something like that? Here's what I do. I start thinking about it. I start thinking about how bad I want this. I mean, I start thinking about laying in bed at night. And so I find myself kind of consumed with this. And so this afternoon I kind of stopped and started thinking about where am I? What is the proper perspective to have on this? And really it comes down, I think, to this. You and I, okay, we want, okay, really and truly what God would want in this situation is where I'm trying to find myself. Okay, and what I have got to be careful of, God kind of warns us about having idols. In other words, anything else that we would put in place of Him, or anything else that we would worship, or anything else that we would want that bad in our life. And there's a definition that I read this afternoon of idol, and it kind of scared me. Here's what the definition of idol is. An idol is anything you can't live without and be happy. Okay? Now think about that for me. What happens should we lose this race? It doesn't go our way this weekend. Okay? Is that something that I can't live without? That's going to make me unhappy? And so I think, you know, what we're looking for and what God, I feel like, gives us in His Word is that perspective. What is the right perspective to have on a weekend like this or an experience like this that's something you may be going through similar to what I'm going through, something you want so bad. So as I was kind of reading, here's what came up in this little devotional for me today. In Exodus, the 20th chapter, the 5th verse, here's what God kind of says to us. And it was kind of referring, I think, to idols. You must not bow down to them or worship them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, who will not tolerate your affections for other gods. So basically, we should be careful of what? And always alert to what? We are tempted to what? Put other things, okay, as our top priorities in life. Okay? Do we put money there? Do we put winning races there, winning football games there? Being president of the company there? Is there anything that we place as an idol where we would worship that idol and put it in the place of God? Hopefully not. So here's my prayer for this weekend for us. I hope that I'll have the grace to deal with whatever happens. And if it should go the wrong way for us and we don't win this title, hopefully I'll be able to say this. I don't understand it, God. I don't understand it. It hurts. Okay? But I also know this. You're a good God. You're a great God. You know everything. You're all-powerful, and you're all-loving. You sent your Son, Jesus, to this earth. He lived a perfect life, and you allowed Him to go to that cross and be crucified on that cross for me and my sins. A loving God like that, a loving God, we should have the confidence of knowing what? Even sometimes if we don't get something we really want, in the end, we know what? We have a great God, and in the end, it's going to work out the best for me because He is my Lord and personal Savior. There's two things that really this little devotional closed with, and I kind of want to share that with you in closing. There's two things that if we don't get what we want in situations where we really desire to have the victory, it's one of two things God is saying to us. Wait, it's not the right time. Or two, I have something better in store for you. So that was just something that I think I've really been dealing with. Do I have the right perspective on this? Is there anything I would put in my life and make it an idol before God? And I got to tell you, I'm the one, I worry about this. Because I'm competitive. I want to win. This will mean so much. The ego that goes with it. And so I just kind of want to share that with you because that's what I'm feeling right now. So God, I just say to you, hey, give me the right perspective on this and give me grace if it doesn't go the way I want it to go. I hope that you would kind of go to our website, gameplanforlife.com. We'd like to send you some free material. I wanted to kind of share that from my heart today. And I hope for you and I, we have the right perspective on the things that we want to achieve.